This 6 p.m. regular board meeting to order. Please stand. Let's take a moment of silent thought and meditation, preparing ourselves to do what is best for our children this evening. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Our mission statement, as presented by the Thunderbolt Career and Technology Center JAG students. Come on down. Hold 1 second, please. Can we get their mic on so they can?
Every meeting.
Okay, would you like to start again?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kennedy Graham, and I'm the JAG president at Collins County High School.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Cherish Hamilton, and I'm the president over Thunderbolt Career and Technology Center.
Good evening. My name is Zayden Bright, and I'm the Vice President of Fundraising for Carlton County High School.
Good evening. My name is Jermaine Holmes. I'm the Vice President of Leadership Development.
Good evening. My name is Justin Strickland, and I'm a member of Carlton County High School JAG.
Collins County District will prepare every student to graduate with a 21st century education to be globally competitive for their chosen college and/or career path. Thank you.
Thank you. I was going to say, and before you go away, would you tell us a little bit about JAG?
As the president of JAG at Collins County High School, JAG is a nonprofit organization that helps students navigate life after high school. JAG has taught me proper etiquette, how to make a resume, and how to public speak. I thank you all for the support for JAG, and I hope you continue to do so for the students and the community.
JAG is a student-led organization that helps you after you graduate and help you get ready for when you graduate, and also after you graduate. JAG has taught me how to public speak. How to public speak and how to get out of my comfort zone.
JAG has taught me how to write a resume and lots of career readiness skills. It's also taught me not to be afraid to ask for help with fundraising and support from the community.
JAG has taught me how to be more open and write a resume and meet new people and talk with different people.
Thank you for your time and for your support with JAG. JAG is obviously making a very big impact in our school system and outside of our school system. Thank you for your time.
Wonderful. Would you like to introduce your advisor?
Yes, our advisors are Elena Lane at Collins County High School and Mr. Sean Johnson at Thunderbolt and Career Technology Center. Those are our two.
Wonderful. And by the way, I taught your teacher, your advisor, when he was a little fourth grade fellow. So that's been 1 or 3 years. Wonderful. If my fellow members will join me in our civility pledge. I pledge to build a stronger and more effective school board by advocating for civil engagement, respecting others and their viewpoints, and finding solutions for the betterment of my school district. Thank you very much. Approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the agenda as presented this evening.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we accept the agenda as stated. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Unanimous vote. Moving on. Chairperson's report. Approval of the minutes. Having received the minutes prior to this meeting for approval for February 17, March 2nd, projects work session, and March 2nd special call board meeting, and March 10 committee of the whole meeting. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the minutes.
A second.
Having been moved and properly seconded, we accept the before-mentioned minutes of previous meetings. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Unanimous consent. Thank you very much. Now, the next thing, the day at the Capitol. We will be going to the Capitol on April 22nd to meet with our legislators. I'm hoping everyone is preparing themselves for that trip. I hope to see everyone there. Those of us on the board, you've made sure that Ms. Hyman has received your request to go. Moving on. Recognitions. Every member of Team Colleton works for the kids and makes important contributions towards becoming a world-class school system. Superintendent Williams.
Thank you, Chair Nixon, and I'd like to say good afternoon to all of our board members. I'd also like to say good afternoon to our district administrators, our school administrators. We have a house full tonight of students, and I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Parents that are here, district staff that are here, thank you so much. This is the best part of our board meetings when we get a chance to recognize our students and our staff for their amazing accomplishments. So tonight, we're going to start with our above and beyond staff tonight at our meeting. And we're going to start with Blackstreet Early Childhood Center. And tonight, we are recognizing, our students, we are recognizing Miss Ava Breland, a kindergarten student at Blackstreet Early Childhood Center. Ava, are you here? She's right here. All right, Ava, can you come forward? And she's so cute with her green on for St. Patrick's Day. So we're going to read what Principal Pearson, and Principal Pearson, are you here tonight? Okay, she's not here tonight, but I'm going to read what Principal Pearson submitted on Ava's behalf. It says, Miss Ava greets me and everyone else each morning when I am visiting classrooms. She has the biggest smile and loves when you greet her with a big smile back. Ava brings joy to our school and classroom each day. Her teachers, Ms. Robinson, Ms. Bennett, and Ms. Washington, can always count on Ava to make people feel welcome. We are so grateful that Ava is a Blackstreet Early Childhood Center owl. And this comes from Mrs. Pearson. So let's give Ava a round of applause. And I know Ava's parents are with us. If you would just wave your hands. Ava's parents and any other family members that are here, please wave your hand. Let's give them a round of applause. All right. We're going to move on to Bells Elementary School, and we are recognizing tonight Miss Mia Jenkins. Mia Jenkins. And she's in the house. Here she is. Ferguson submitted on Mia's behalf, okay? So Mia, Principal Ferguson said that you have shown wonderful improvement at Bells Elementary School. She has worked hard and continues to grow each day. What makes Mia truly special is her positive attitude. She is always friendly to classmates, plays well with others, and helps create a welcoming and supportive environment in the classroom and on the playground. It is clear that she enjoys coming to school and being a part of our Bells Elementary family. Let's give Mia another round of applause. And we're going to ask Mia's parents or family members, if you're here, would you please wave your hand or stand to be recognized? Going to Cottageville Elementary School, and we are recognizing Carson Campbell. Carson Campbell. Here, if you would raise your hand. Yes, she's in the back. Thank you for being here. And this is what your principal submitted on your behalf, Carson. Okay, Carson Campbell consistently goes above and beyond as a positive leader both in and out of the classroom. He demonstrates strong character by encouraging his peers, offering help through peer tutoring, and always greeting others with a smile. Carson sets a great example for his classmates by showing kindness, responsibility, and a willingness to support others in their learning. In addition to being a supportive peer, Carson has shown great determination in his own academic journey. His grades continue to improve as a result of his hard work, perseverance, and commitment to doing his best each day. Carson's positive attitude, leadership, and dedication to growth make him truly deserving of the Above and Beyond Award. Keep soaring, Carson. So let's give Carson another round of applause. To ask if Carson's parents are here, family members, if you would raise your hands. Thank you. All right, we're going to move to Hendersonville Elementary School, and we would like for Braxley Ballard, second grade student at Hendersonville, to come forward. Here he comes. Braxley Ballard. So Braxley, this is what Miss Edwards wrote on your behalf. And Miss Edwards, are you with us tonight? There she is. All right, Braxley consistently goes above and beyond in the classroom. He follows classroom rules and expectations and demonstrates respectful behavior toward both classmates and staff. Academically, Braxley excels and shows strong problem-solving skills across his work. His positive attitude and strong work ethic make him a wonderful role model for others in the class. So let's give Braxley another round of applause. And if Braxley's parents or family members are here, if you would please stand or wave your hand to be recognized. Thank you for being here. All right, we're going to move to Northside Elementary School, and we are recognizing Daruv Dobby. Daruv Dobby. Okay, he's not with us tonight. All right, we're going to move on to TCTC. Mr. Kubik, are you here tonight? Mr. Kubik, there he is. Thank you. All right, we are recognizing Tanner Smiley. Tanner Smiley. Here he is. He's coming. All right, Tanner is a 12th grade student, and Tanner, this is what Director Kubik wrote about you. Tanner is an exceptional student in our automotive and hybrid EV technology program at TCTC. He is performing extremely well in his automotive classroom and will be a completer in automotive this semester. Recently, Tanner competed in the ASE All-Stars Challenge in Columbia, South Carolina. The competition was only open to ASE accredited schools. Tanner placed third out of 12 students in the category of automotive maintenance and light repair. He was awarded a toolbox and tools valued at $5,000. In addition, TCTC's automotive program was awarded $1,000 as a result of Tanner's performance. Let's give Tanner a round of applause. And we ask if Tanner's parents or family members are here, if you would please stand to be recognized. Okay, we're going to move on to Colleton Adult Learning Center, and we are recognizing Mariana Bodison. Mariana Bodison, she's here. Okay, I see Mr. Horvath in the back. If you would just wave your hand. All right, Mariana, this is what Mr. Horvath submitted on your behalf. Mariana Bodison is an intrinsically motivated adult learner who is dedicated to reaching her educational goals. Mariana plans to pursue her post-secondary education and obtain employment in the culinary arts pathway. Ms. Bodison sets the example to other students with her attendance and hard work. Ms. Bodison has earned her South Carolina Digital Literacy Certificate by passing the 5 North Star Digital Literacy Test. So let's give Ms. Bodison another round of applause. All right. If any of Ms. Bodison's family members are here, if you would please stand or wave your hand so that you can be recognized. And teacher, thank you all for supporting. I just want to say to all of our above and beyond students, thank you for all that you do to be exceptional, and it was recognized by your teachers and your principal. So I want to say congratulations to all of you. We're going to take a picture together, and then we want you to go and shake our board members' hands.
Nice job, Taylor. Appreciate all that you do.
We're a new customer, okay?
Keep up the good work, okay? You got it. Keep going this way. They got new cars. I got an old one. You need to work on. Congratulations.
Congratulations. You're welcome. Tonight.
Congratulations. Some more your sisters, right? Congratulations. Good job.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
How are you doing? Congratulations.
Keep the good work up. All right.
Congratulations, young man.
Thank you. Keep up the work, okay? Good job. Thank you for all you do. Congratulations. All right. Not me.
All right, let's give all of our students another round of applause for doing a great job. All right, we have some additional special recognitions for our students tonight, and we're going to start with our robotics students tonight. First, let me ask, is Mr. Williams in the audience? Okay, he's not. Mr. Williams has been under the weather, so please keep him in your thoughts, if you would, board members. But tonight, we are going to recognize those students who competed in the ACE Basin Qualifier that was held right here in Colleton County on December 6th. It's always a wonderful competition. And these students from Colleton County Middle School advanced to the Eastern first Lego League region to compete for the state competition. So at this time, we would like to call the following students up. Miss Jasmine Asiango, and she won the Eastern Mentor Award. So Jasmine, if you're here, please come forward. Okay, she's not here. All right, Freddie Rodriguez. Freddie's here. Lois Agably. Lois Agably. David Aguina. Congratulations. Josh Ebanks. Josh is here. And Tayjoy Murray. So as I said, these students are from Colleton County Middle School, and they advanced to the Eastern region. So we want to congratulate you for a job well done. I would like for their robotics coaches, if you are here, please stand so you can be recognized as well. Mr. Ravi in the back. Thank you for all that you do for our students. Thank you so much. If you all would stay there, because we have some other robotic students, and when we get this picture, I'd like for all of the coaches to come up and be a part of this picture as well. But these students that we're going to recognize next are from Colleton County High School. They competed in the first Tech Challenge on February 7th, and this was an all-girls team. Team number 24914, and they won the Judges Award. The Judged Awards represent a positive way to recognize teams who embody important values like gracious professionalism, teamwork, creativity, innovation, and the value of the engineering design process. So at this time, we would like to recognize Emma Marin, Jamia Caldwell, is Emma with us? Okay. Cameron Manigo. And Skylar Mishu. I want to say congratulations to you all for a job well done. Congratulations. Stay where you are, because we have just a few more robotic students to recognize. So, other students that participated in these events, we have students from the Ace Basin Robotics Team 22199, and those students are Jason Scott, Marshall Walker, Hunter Shander, Robin Ateneo, Joey Reese Ebanks, and then from team 28165, we have Marav Dewangan, Alvin Ungi, how do you say your last name? I'm sorry. Ngui. So Alvin Ngui. I'm sorry for butchering your name. And then Taehoy Murray. Okay. All right. If you all would stay where you are, we have a few more. And the next group of students are from Bells Elementary School. And again, on December 6th, they competed in the Ace Basin Regional Qualifier. And they won second place for the Innovation Project Award. Let's give Bells students another round of applause. And in addition to that, their coach, Miss Kawhi Elliott, won the Coach Mentor of the Year Award for the region. Let's give her a round of applause. So I'm going to call your names, and I would like for Miss Coach Elliott to come up first. Is she here tonight? Coach Elliott, come up. Let's give her a hand as she's coming. We would also like Miss Caleb Green to come up. Kinsley Green. Michaela Cruz. And James Simpson. We would also like to ask their mentors to come forward. We have Ryan Smith and Charla Murdaugh. And then their coaches, we would like to call up, and Miss Kawhi is already here. Miss Phyllis Murdaugh is here. And I see Miss Green in the audience. Miss Green, I know you assist sometimes as well. Come on up and be with your team. Yes, ma'am. Miss Evelyn Green. All right, so I just want to say congratulations to you all for a job well done. Normally, when we recognize our robotic students, you perform for us. You show us, some of the things that you do in the competitions, but I know that, Mr. Williams is not here, but I know he's watching. So again, congratulations for a job well done. We're going to take a picture, and then I'd like for you to go and shake our board members' hands. Mr. Ravi, we're calling you. And any other robotics coaches that are here, please come up so you can be a part of this picture as well. Mr. Aguina.
Mr. Aguina better get up here.
Come on up.
That's right. Parent, teacher. Yes.
Thank you. Hard work. Good thinking. Girls rule. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I know you're smart like your dad. Thank you. Thank you. Look at all these young men. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
So what is it? This is the Murdoch show. That's what it is.
Thank you. Thank you. How'd you feel that? Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Murdoch. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, as they are taking their seats, please give our robotic students, coaches, and mentors another round of applause. All right, now we have just a few more recognitions. Okay, we would like to now recognize some of our student athletes tonight. And I know Coach Myers would have been here, but he's not here tonight. But I would like to, first of all, congratulate you all for a job well done. We have our girls varsity basketball team who made the playoffs for the first time since the 21-22 school year. So let us congratulate Trinity Drayton as she comes forward. Kashanti Glover. Shanasia Kelly. Kiera Koger, Destiny McMillan, Lillian Mitchell, Angel Mosley, Samaria Oxner, Tierra Wilkins, and Layla Yates. I just want to say congratulations to you ladies for a job well done, making the playoffs since the and this hasn't been done since the 21-22 school year, so congratulations and hats off to you for being amazing athletes. But I want you to stand right there, okay? We're gonna now move to our varsity wrestling. And this team—
Madam Superintendent Williams.
Yes.
You forgot about the coach of the basketball team.
Oh, I'm sorry. Coach, basketball coach, please stand. Girls, varsity basketball coach. And we want you to come up too, because we want you to be a part of this picture. And thank you for all that you do, the practicing, just instilling those values of responsibility and teamwork and not giving up in our students. Thank you so much for all that you do. All right, now I want to call our varsity wrestling students. These students made the playoffs for the first time in over 6 years. So we want to call now Kanan Breland, Declan Birch, Charlie Hogan, and just a note on Charlie. Charlie qualified for the individual state tournament. So congratulations, Charlie, for that honor. Daniel Wilson, Jordan LaPresta, Chase King, Kaylin Campbell, Jalen Ledger, Jonathan Warren, Caden Hamlin, Kendall Crosby, Cornelius Pope, Avery Epps, Jaden Jenkins, Javari Nelson, Jaleisha Jenkins, and Amaje Johnson. Well, I want to say congratulations to those of you who were able to make it tonight from our varsity wrestling. Thank you and congratulations on a job well done. Let's give our wrestling team another round of applause, and we would like our coach to come up as well. Okay, is he here? DeJean? Okay, and we would also like for Jacob DeJean to come forward as well. Jacob DeJean. Okay. All right, we have just a few more, and we're going to get all of our athletes together. All right, so bear with us. So we have our middle school female wrestling state champion, and that goes to Miss Kylie Maxey. Kylie Maxey. Yes, she is our state champion. That's an honor. Let's give her another round of applause. Amazing job. And then we would also like to recognize our students who made all region teams. The first recognition we'd like to go to Mr. Michael Whitkin, boys basketball, all region. And also Kiara Koger, girls basketball, all region. And then Jordan LaPresta, All Region Wrestling. So again, I'd like to congratulate all of our athletes. We're going to get a picture with you and our coaches, and then we'd like for you to go and shake our board members' hands.
Wait a second. Wait, hold on.
Oh.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Keep up the good work. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cougar, cougar, cougar. Thank you. Thank you. You do wrestling. I gotta tell you something. Good job. Keep it up. Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Wonderful, wonderful. Was a time we didn't have wrestling. Thank you, Lord. Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
All right, we have a special presentation from Coach Jock. He's going to present at this time. All right.
Awesome.
This is for our first girls state champion, middle school state champion. I'm excited because she's going to be coming to me next year, and I know the sky's the limit for this young lady. I met her last year, and I'm just super, super proud of her. I just want her to stay focused, and next year we're going to make more history. Kylie Maxey.
I started at a dojo with my uncle because he ran it, and he ran it since we were younger, and I started to learn some from my cousins, and I just started getting into it whenever I was 8, and then I tried going to some practices while I was in 6th grade, and I just been building up from there, and I'd like to give a big thank to Coach Jock, Coach Stephen, Coach Tika, and Coach Bogren and Coach Lynch for being there for me and getting me to where I am now.
Ms. Williams, while they're taking the picture, I just want to give a moment of personal privilege. There was a time we were a 4A high school without a wrestling match, and I want teachers and coaches to know you make a difference, because a coach came to me and said, Ms. Strobel, we're the only 4A school in the state that doesn't have a wrestling match, and we found some money and started our wrestling program in the early 2000s, so look where we are now. Thank you.
All right, Chair Nixon, that ends the student staff recognition for tonight.
Thank you very much, Superintendent Williams. That was wonderful. Congratulations to all of our students, all of our athletes. We're very proud of all of them and their achievements, and let's continue doing that in the future. Moving on to public input. Ms. Hyman, do we have any public input this evening? Hearing none. Any new business, Superintendent Williams? Hearing none. Policy items. And to make a correction, this is actually the first reading. Ms. Whitcomb, please.
Thank you, Chair Nixon. I want to acknowledge our attorney is joining us, Ms. Jasmine Drain. Can you hear us, Ms. Drain? Okay. Can you hear us now?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Great. We can, thank you. I just want to make sure that you are here and everyone knows that you're here. We're starting off with policy EF, board members. Again, this was explained last week, and we do have the community eligibility provision program that has been added to policy EF. It was reviewed and presented to the board in the fall, but this is now being added to policy, and that is present for you to see. Are there any questions that the committee may answer regarding policy EF?
Mr. Chairman, can I make a motion?
Please.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the first reading. We appreciate what the policy committee did. It was a very long meeting, and the work that they've done as well, administration and our attorneys. So I'd like to make a motion that we accept first reading for policy EF, GCC, GDC, and KF.
Second.
If I may, the policies GCC, GDC have some input that need to be added. So if we may go just one at a time, is that okay?
That is fine. So would you like to change your motion then to simply accommodate policy EF?
Is it what we were given to review? You just want to state it?
Well, it has to go first reading policy EF on that, that community eligibility program, the one that was added. So it needs approval.
So it's in addition to what we were sent in our email?
So there are blanks in policy GCC and GDC that the board needs to give input on before we pass them for first reading. I think that's what Chair Whitkin is trying to say.
So those are not complete yet for approval. So at this time, I just need the approval of policy EF as presented, and we'll go through the changes that you have for the other ones.
Okay, so I rescind the first motion. Board accept. You have to ask
As long as it's unanimous to rescind?
Yes.
Clear?
Thank you. And I'll make a motion that we accept first reading on policy EF, food services.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we accept the first reading of policy EF, food services. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Unanimous.
Thank you, Chair
Ms.
Nixon.
Whitcomb?
I'm sorry for the confusion. Board members, if you will look at policies GCC and GDC, these are both professional and support staff leaves and absences. I do have Ms. Drain here to help me, guide me through these changes and discussions. Ms. Williams, if you will add to. But if board members, if you'll look at the policy, either GCC or GDC, on page 3, the committee asked for a change of wording under verification of sick leave. It has been changed that upon an observed and documented pattern of absences and following prior consultation with the employee, supervisors reserve the right to request official medical documentation to verify the need for sick leave. And this was a practice administration had shared with us, and directors also confirmed was already in practice, but will be added to policy. Also, board members, if you will move up from there, at the top of page 3, on the cumulative sick leave portion of the policy, there is a specific area exception on retired employees. It reads, retired employees who return to work full-time under a letter of agreement will accrue sick leave and personal leaves in accordance with this policy. Only in the event of continued employment, a maximum number of blank unused leave days may be carried over from year to year for those employees. Unused leave days will not be paid as a lump sum. So board members, at this time, we are asking for feedback to provide the blank, the maximum number of unused days in this policy as it reads for both GCC, professional staff, and GDC, support staff. Is there any suggestions?
Mr. Chairman, may I ask, what was the recommendation of the policy committee for the amount?
The committee discussed it, and we were considering an amount. We wanted to consult with board members, and we did. Mr. Murrock, throw in some thoughts here if you would like, but we were looking at a reduced number of days, less than 10.
Right, we were looking at maybe 5 days, but it would be the board's decision, but we did discuss 5 days.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And I was going to say, I believe when I attended that meeting that I had suggested 5 days because that gives those retirees who come back a week just in case they get sick before they accrue those for the year, so.
And I think because these are retired teachers who are coming back in order to help our district, I just think that we should give them the full 10 just because of what they're doing coming out of retirement to help us.
And would the motion be for policy GCC and policy GDC, the next motion?
It could be separated if that's the desire of the board, but the way that the policy committee discussed it, this would be action for those retirees together, no matter certified or non-certified. And just so that everyone knows, this would also be placed in their letter of agreement, so it would be in policy, but it would also be clearly stated in their letter of agreement so that there would be no confusion.
And again, Mr. Ogle, just to speak to that point, I think this district would do well to make sure that what we do for certified, we do for classified as well.
Totally agree. May I make a motion?
Please.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we insert the number 10 for carryover for our retired staff and support staff and professional staff, knowing with the letter agreement that that's if they return the next year, so it will be clean for our HR department and, our administration to be able to interpret. So I recommend the 10 days for that policy.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we add the number 10 for the number of holdover days for those employees.
And Mr. Chairman, just for clarification, this is for first reading, so further changes can be made before second reading.
Correct. Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor? Unanimous consent. Moving on, please, then to policy 604, item 604.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Nixon. Policy KF, community use of school facilities. Board members, you have before you, there are a number of changes to this policy. To highlight just a few, we want to make sure that everyone understands that this is in accordance with the federal case that was presented in Anderson School District 5. So we are using and referencing the policy that has been previously used and been successful when needing representation by school districts. So we have before you a policy that's been thoroughly vetted by our attorneys and our administration. Highlights include the use of the Buildings and Grounds Department for completing the facility rental application and ensuring that any facility that is being requested is first insured by the Buildings and Grounds Department and the school facility, and then moved on for consideration if it is available. They are in charge of that process. You'll also see that there is the AR attached to it. Ms. Williams or Ms. Drain, our committee members, is there anything else you would like to add with regards to this policy?
There is at the bottom, under special properties, it says circumstances. Any facility rental that's submitted for continuous or multi-day use, that must be submitted to the superintendent for approval. And I think that completes most of the changes that are there. Yes. Attorney Drain, is there anything that we missed or that you would like to add?
No, just, based on policy committee, recommendations and discussions, we modified the language to be consistent with the approval processes that's in place that Ms. Witkins just previously reviewed. And I think also there was a discussion to remove the food services, use of kitchen equipment, I think, from the administrative rule. And you've already called attention to really another major change was the addition of the special property / circumstances provision.
If the board might consider the policy and administrative rule in the motion of this acceptance.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion. I'd like to make a motion that we accept the work of the Policy Committee, Administration, and our attorneys for first reading of Policy KF and the administrative rule.
Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded that we accept that recommendation of the committee. Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor? Unanimous consent. Thank you.
And I just want to announce that the Policy Committee will meet again on Tuesday, the 30th, and we are scheduled at 5 p.m., and we have a list of policies, or at least topics that we're going to review, but if board members have anything specific, please let the committee know. I thank you.
That's Tuesday, the 30th at 5 p.m.?
I'm sorry, Monday, the 30th,
Okay, Monday.
and it is scheduled at 5.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Whitcomb. Moving on, number 7, Superintendent's Report. Effective leadership supports learning and optimal performance for all students. Superintendent Williams.
So thank you again, Chair Nixon, and greetings again, board members. The superintendent's reports, as I mentioned at the last meeting, moving forward will consist of each of our school principals presenting information on the progress they're making towards meeting the goals of their school improvement plans. So tonight I have asked Principal Peoples, and he's in the back getting ready to come forward. He's going to provide some information to you concerning Colleton County Middle School's school improvement plan and information concerning the ATSI plan. Okay, Mr. Peoples.
All right, good evening, board members.
Good evening.
Thank you for this opportunity for me to come up before you and kind of share all the good things happening at the middle school. Thank you, Superintendent Williams. Tonight I'm here to present our middle school's continuous improvement plan and to review the strategies we have in place to ensure that we keep moving in the right direction. As you know, our middle school earned an average rating on our most recent school report card. And this is a tremendous accomplishment. It's a true testament to the dedication and hard work of our teachers, our staff, and our students. We're very proud of the progress, but I do want everyone to understand we're not happy with just being average. We want to continue with that growth, so it's not our final goal. We're committed to continuous improvement, and our focus is to continue moving to the next level. So we've got our sights set on moving on to the next level. But we have to identify, what areas we're going to improve in. And so one of the key areas that we've identified is the growth and performance of our students with disabilities. This subgroup scored significantly below state standards, and so it has led to us to implement an ATSI plan so that we can address these learning gaps and improve in that area. So I want to share with you, this is our data, it's our current reality, so we have to face our data and we have to put things in place so we can continuously improve. Currently, 2.94% of our students with disabilities are performing at the meets or exceeds level in academic achievement. And so our goal is we want to increase that percentage to 12.94%. Now, while this is an ambitious goal, it is obtainable if we implement and do the things that we say we're going to do, be intentional and focused in our efforts. So to reach this goal, we have to implement several targeted strategies and interventions. And so here, I'm going to share with you some of the things that we've been doing to address this goal. We've provided, first of all, teachers with ongoing professional development focused on high leverage instructional practices. For example, what does effective teacher collaboration look like? How do we use assessment data to drive instruction? How do we provide explicit instruction to our students, both for behavior and also academics? and then implementing interventions such as reteaching and retesting. So our professional development has been centered around those topics. The leadership team, I can tell you, we conduct weekly classroom observations because we have to know what's going on in these classrooms to ensure the effectiveness of the practices. So we provide teachers with feedback on lesson alignment, making sure that their lessons are aligned to grade level standards, they're rigorous, and the lessons are engaging. We hold weekly PLC meetings where teachers collaborate, they design these lessons, they chunk the lessons appropriately to ensure that they are aligned to grade level expectations. We want what's happening in our special education classrooms to directly support what they're doing in their regular ed classrooms. And additionally, leadership team, we monitor and we review those lesson plans and we give teachers feedback on those lessons. We are strengthening also our inclusion model through co-teaching and collaborative instruction. Myself, along with our instructional coach and our partnership with the district office and Ms. Gupta, we have went into classrooms and did model lessons on what effective inclusion instruction looks like. So teachers are able to see live instruction on what does effective small group instruction look like? How do you pull small group and do it effectively? What does team teaching and co-teaching look like? How do you collect, and this is a big one, real-time data collection? How do you collect data on academics and behavior, and how do you use it effectively to improve your instruction? We consistently monitor student progress and we adjust instruction based on the data. Specifically, I wanted to share with you our ELA goal. Right now, currently, we have 5.4% of our students with disabilities who are meeting or exceeding expectations. And so our goal is to increase that to 15.4% meeting or exceeding expectations. So we have to put different strategies in place. So some of the things that we're doing is definitely strengthening Tier 1 instruction through our standards mastery practices. This ensures students are consistently engaged with on-grade level rigorous work because majority of SC Ready is going to be very rigorous. And so our practices have to be in line with that. We provide at the middle school ELA labs that provide targeted reading support. So our students who are approaching expectations, they're in a lab that focuses on 3 things: building reading stamina, strengthening their comprehension skills. We use iReady comprehension tools and practice with text-dependent writing. That support's going to give them the push they need to get to meeting or exceeding expectations. And then for our students who are 2 or more grade levels below, we have to be a little more strategic and more intensive. So these students have been provided ad minimum tutoring with a live tutor 2 days a week, and then independent work in their pathway 3 days a week. It is heavily monitored by myself because if we can get those students moved, we're going to get big growth points on our next school report card. So it's very heavily monitored to ensure its success. And we're testing again next week in ELA, so I will be able to see the effectiveness of the tutoring program from winter to spring. In addition, just like we've said before, we conduct weekly classroom observations, providing teachers with ongoing feedback of their practices. We use PLCs to deliver targeted professional development. So we come up with topics based on what we see with our classroom observations. So some of the things that we provided our teachers based on the data is formative assessment strategies. You know, how do you collect data in the moment and use that data to modify your instruction? We use student engagement techniques. We've talked about writing across the curriculum. It's not just the ELA's teacher's job to teach reading and writing, so we've stressed that across the school, so all subject areas participate in writing across the curriculum. We talked about high leverage instructional practices and then random questioning strategies. But another thing that we do is we engage our teachers in peer observations. And one of the things that I tell my teachers is the best professional development you can get is when you learn from each other. So we get them in classrooms, seeing their peers in action. They are able to see practices in action, but also provide their colleagues with feedback. And then we do extended learning opportunities, not only through the reading labs, but through our tutoring program, our Saturday school program, and our after-school gap program. Our math is a very more serious goal here, and it's our current reality. Math has always been our struggle area. Our data shows right now 0% of students with disabilities are meeting or exceeding expectations in math. So while this is a challenge, we at the middle school, we see this as a call to action. Our goal is to increase that to 10%. So to achieve this, we've implemented several strategies. One is we have a math interventionist who provides small group instruction based on common assessment data. We do targeted reteaching and retesting for students who have not yet mastered the standards. So it's all data-based. Her groups are pulled based on the common assessment data. And then she also goes in and does co-teaching and team teaching to support and strengthen instruction. In addition, we also provide math labs for additional support. Our approaching students are in math labs, and they participate in what we call the On-Ramp to Math Nation, which is a program that is designed to give approaching students that extra push they need to be meeting or exceeding expectations. And then for our bottom 20%, we have to be more intensive. So with our lowest performance students, they participate in small group tutoring, and we utilize our ZERN program, which I really like because it scaffolds the learning and it ensures mastery before the student can move on to the next skill. And we have a great facilitator in that room who pulls groups to ensure that they're passing their skills in the ZERN program. We previously partnered with Sylvan Learning to provide live small group tutoring, and when we look at that data for first semester, the students who participated in that program, we saw a lot of improvement in their math levels, so it was a success. We continue again in math classrooms to conduct weekly classroom observations and provide feedback, and one of the things that we do is we ensure common assessments are aligned to the standards and that they're rigorous. Teachers have to submit their assessments to the leadership team, and we take a look at it because we want to make sure that the rigor and standard alignment is there. If it's not, we have a meeting with those PLCs to make those adjustments so that we ensure, because remember, SC Ready is majority depth of knowledge of 2 or higher. And so our common assessments have to model what they're going to be doing on SC Ready. And so the leadership team, we ensure that that takes place. Looking ahead, our teachers will be participating in Math Nation training. If you remember last year, our students did the Test Yourself Challenge. It was a 2.5-week practice, and we were number 2 in the state for participation and accuracy. So right now we're getting ready to do that challenge again, and we're striving to exceed our goal from last year. We want to be number 1. So we've got a lot of work to do. But Test Yourself Challenge provides students and exposes them to rigorous and on grade level math problems. I want to kind of close out my continuous improvement plan by kind of sharing with you some encouraging data. The state provides us with a report card simulator which kind of helps you predict school performance. This time last year, when we took our winter iReady diagnostic, we plugged our data into the simulator, and it projected that we would be earning 34 points. And as we know, 34 is a below average rating. But through hard work and dedication, we exceeded that, and we actually ended up with 37 points on our school report card, and we earned the average rating. So I'm happy to say that this year when we took the winter diagnostic, when we plugged our numbers in to the simulator, it is projecting right now, if the school year ended, we would be at 38 points, which is 4 points higher than where we were last year with the simulator and 1 point higher than where we were on the actual report card. So with just 6 weeks of strong, focused instruction remaining, because we're 6 weeks to SC Ready testing, we believe that we have the opportunity to exceed this prediction. So our team is committed. I can assure you of that. Our teachers are committed. We're ready for the challenge. If we continue to implement all of these strategies that I've shared with you with fidelity, then we're confident that we will continue our upward trajectory. So I do thank you for your time, your support, and I thank you for your continued belief in the work that we're doing to move CCMS forward. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to thank Mr. Peoples. Mr. Peoples, you said many things, but I love that you're doing the peer observations and teachers going in other teachers' classrooms and giving each other support. There were many other things that you said, and I know you're striving for excellence at your school like you did as a teacher.
Wonderful, Mr. Peoples. I appreciate it. Any other questions or discussion from board members?
Mr. Peoples, shout out to all of your teachers and your staff for the continued work that y'all do. And oh, sorry, thank you. It was noted that I mentioned something about my own personal success at the middle school, and someone said, thank you for sharing that. And I thought, gosh, do I not share that enough? I hope that I walk the walk and talk the talk and people understand. But if not, let me truly represent and testify to the success that my students, my own children, have had at your school. And I just congratulate you for the work that you're doing. And if anyone were to question any reason why they should go to the middle school, continue in Colleton County School District, I think your presentation speaks for itself for everything that you do and continue to do and representing our district and the school as well. So thank you to Colleton County Middle School. Y'all do wonderful things.
Thank you.
And as you said, we're looking forward to you all bringing home first place this time.
Yes.
Looking forward to that. Any other questions from any board members? Hearing none. Thank you very much, Mr. Peoples.
Thank you.
All right, moving on.
All right, moving on, and I want to thank you, Mr. Peoples. Job well done. Job well done. Also tonight, board members, I have asked our student information specialist, Ms. Tamisha Varn, she's here with us tonight to do a brief presentation on ADM, Average Daily Membership, and she's going to come up, she's going to explain how it's calculated and then answer any questions you may have. And we also have with us Ms. Jacqueline Harrison. If you would wave your hand, please, Ms. Harrison. She's our attendance specialist, and she has been working very closely with Ms. Varn and the team, and also Ms. Beth Frank. She has been working very closely with our team. She's not here with us tonight, but she supervised our information specialist in the past. So she had some very good information to add to the team. So this was a team approach. And now I'm going to ask Ms. Varn if she would present.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Chairman Nixon, board members, Superintendent Williams, staff, and community. Thank you for the opportunity to share this information regarding our district's average daily membership. This evening, I will address 4 key questions. What is average daily membership? What information does the average daily membership report provide? How is average daily membership calculated? And what does the average daily membership report reveal about our district? Let's begin with the first question. What is average daily membership? Average daily membership, or ADM, represents the average number of students enrolled in our district during a specific reporting period established by the state. This number is extremely important because it is the primary factor used to determine state funding. The ADM report serves as the official snapshot of enrollment in our district. The state requires districts to submit 2 major ADM reports each year. The first is the 45-day ADM report. The 45-day ADM report was taken on October 6, 2025. The second is the 135-day ADM report, which was taken March 12, 2026. Let's take a closer look at the ADM report. The ADM report provides a detailed breakdown of enrollment by grade and program. Most importantly, it calculates the daily average of enrolled students during the reporting period. Each student included in the ADM generates funding for the district based on the primary EFA funding category. The base level student funding is provided for kindergarten, primary, elementary, and high school EFA codes. Students assigned to EFA codes in special education or vocation categories receive additional funding because they require additional services. ADM is calculated using the total days of enrollment divided by the total school days in the reporting period. When reviewing the ADM, I focus on 4 key areas: ADM growth or loss, special education enrollment, career and technical education enrollment, and attendance. Based on the data from our preliminary 135-day ADM report, several observations stand out. First, overall district enrollment remains relatively stable. Over time, our district has lost 31 students between the 45-day and the 135-day report. Second, our district serves a significant population of students receiving special education services. The state averages about 14% special education students, and our district serves about 19% of exceptional learners. Third, our students show a strong interest in career and technical education programs. Over 60% of our high school students participate in our CTE programs. And fourth, attendance is a concern. Although attendance does not determine ADM, it does impact student success, graduation rates, state accountability ratings, and chronic absenteeism, which in turn indirectly impacts funding. Thank you for your time and attention. I hope this information helps you understand where we are and where we may need to focus our attentions moving forward. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Vaughn. Any questions?
Ms. Vaughn, I wonder if you could give us those 45-day and 135-day counts.
I can. Right now, the 135 are preliminary. It was just Thursday, so if you give us a little bit of time, we can get you the 135, and I'd rather give them both to you at the same time.
Any other questions?
So I would just like to say, I know that there were some concerns from board members concerning the half-day falling on the 135th day. And so that was the reason why I asked our power school specialist to do this presentation for you tonight so that you can see how ADM is calculated. And ADM is more membership or enrollment than it is attendance. However, if the board wants the leadership to go back and revise that calendar, we certainly can do that. I don't think that it takes a vote of the board. It's just making sure that we take that half day off of that 135th day. So if that's something that you would like for us to do, we can certainly do that.
Well, speaking for myself, having read that statement earlier, if it really is about membership as opposed to attendance, then I don't see, I understand people's perception of students having a half day that day, not showing up, but as long as it doesn't diminish the number of registered students, I don't have an issue with it. Anyone else have any?
I agree with you, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions? Hearing none. Thank you, Ms. Vaughn.
Thank you.
Superintendent Williams.
Yes, Chair Nixon, that concludes my report.
Okay. Moving on, 7.202, overnight field trips.
Yes, we have 3 overnight field trips for your approval tonight. The first trip is trip number 4613, and this trip dates are June 16th through June 18th. The trip name is the South Carolina FFA State Convention. It's located in Greenville, South Carolina. The trip sponsors are Robin Lutton. The number of students are 8, and the number of adults are 2. Trip number 4595 is scheduled for April 23rd through the 24th. It is the YES program for wide, and the location is Charlotte, North Carolina. The trip sponsor is Mr. Brian Wilson. The number of students is 10. The number of adults is 1. And then the third trip is trip number 4613. The trip dates are June 1st through the 5th. It's the South Carolina FFA Camp located in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. The trip sponsor is Ms. Robin Lutton. The number of students is 14, and the number of adults is 3.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion we approve trip 4595, trip 4612, and trip 4613 as presented.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we approve those 3 stated field trips. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, as you said in our budget meeting, we hats off to these teachers, the auto teacher, the future farmer teachers, for the trips that they plan for these students to go and participate and be with students from across our state.
Agreed. There's no way to know what's going on in the world if you don't leave your own backyard. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? They pass unanimously. Moving on, please. 703, Human Resources Report.
And while Ms. Hamilton is coming up, I just wanted to say to Ms. Varn, thank you for a job well done presentation. Didn't have many questions, so that means you presented the information in a very good format. So thank you, Ms. Varn, and thank you, Ms. Harrison, for your support.
Good evening, board members.
Good evening.
Just want to remind you all that in the executive session tonight, you will review administrative recommendations for 26-27 school year and professional recommendations. Our projected date to issue contracts is April 3rd, and our projected date to issue letter of agreements to retirees and non-certified teachers would be May 1st, and then our work agreements for classified staff May 11th. I do not have any other additions to my report, but I'm willing to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions of Ms. Hamilton before we go into executive session later on?
Mr. Chairman, if I may, Ms. Hamilton, the date for certified staff to return their contracts is when?
May 10th.
Okay.
Any other questions? Hearing none, thank you. 704, Finance Report, Ms. Barrett.
Good evening again, board members, community members, and staff. I don't have any addition to my report, but I'll be glad to answer any question that you may have.
Ms. Barrett, I just wanted to thank you for the explanation and the slide that you gave us to be reminded of our fund balance and how important it is for the operation of our district, that it's not just extra money that we can, just spend it however we want to, because we need it to operate our district. So thank you for explaining that in our budget meeting.
Thank you.
Any other questions, discussion? Hearing none. Thank you very much. Number 8, academics and student affairs. Our core purpose is teaching and learning. Dr. Jenkins, good evening.
Chair Nixon, school board members, Superintendent Williams, good evening. You have a copy of my report to include the State Department technical assistance. And just a reminder, she will be presenting in our near future at a school board meeting to give you highlights of her work and recommendations for next steps moving forward. That concludes my report. I can entertain any questions at this time.
Any questions?
Chairman Nixon, if I may, Dr. Jenkins, I'm looking on the website now, so guide me if you can, or let me know, do we have, where can I find testing dates, SE Ready dates, EOC dates, that sort of thing?
Our assessment calendar is under the Department of Assessment and Accountability.
Okay.
And those test dates should be outlined there.
Terrific.
Go to the tab with assessment departments.
Okay.
And then look down at assessments and accountability. There's also, I thought it was a strolling tab as well, a scrolling picture at one time that highlighted the dates, the testing dates.
When Mr. Peoples mentioned it was 6 weeks away, I can tell you how many weeks away spring break is, but I can't tell you when that testing date is. So I just want to make sure I circle that real big on my own calendar. So thank you.
Okay, no problem. Did you find it?
I haven't found it yet, but I got a little turned around. So,
Ms. Whitkin, it's
Yeah.
also listed on the student parent tab
Yes.
on the district website, the assessment calendar.
thank you, Mr. Assessments. Thank you. Could we consider
thank you.
highlighting that in the regular circle of information since it is coming up soon?
Okay, will do.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Hearing none, thank you very much, Dr. Jenkins.
You're welcome, thank you.
Okay. Number 9, operational management. A safe, secure, and positive environment will be conducive for teaching and learning.
So thank you, Chair Nixon. We do have our operations department, some of our members here. So if you have any questions, they will be happy to answer questions, but I do have a recommendation to ask you to approve. Any questions for our operations department?
Fellow members, any questions? Seeing none, please carry on.
Okay, I have a recommendation for the board. Based upon the capital projects work session that the board participated in on March 2nd, and this sheet was sent to you as well, that has the request to raise but not to exceed specific amounts for district-wide projects. If you would look at that sheet, because I think there was some confusion about how much we're asking for, and I do have Mr. Simpson on the line in case there are any questions that he can answer those questions for you. But if you look at the sheet where it says projects and then it says price, so the project, district-wide fencing, and district-wide lighting, district-wide roofing, district-wide door and hardware, these are projects that you have already approved. However, the administration is asking for additional funds not to exceed a certain amount. So if you look at district-wide fencing, it says there $150,000. That's the additional funds that we're asking for district-wide fencing. The original amount was $157,920, but now we're asking for an additional $150,000, which brings it to no more than $307,920. So that very first column where it says district-wide fencing, lighting, roofing, district-wide door and hardware, that comes up to $400,000, that is additional requests because you have already approved for these projects to be done at a lower rate. Okay, and then if you look down where it says new requests for the 25-26 school year, capital projects, these are new, asking for district-wide painting, district-wide playgrounds, district-wide flooring, district-wide pressure washing, district-wide parking lot painting, district-wide cafe tables, and indoor sports facility and restroom project design only. And these items total $583,000. So if you total the $583,000 plus the additional $400,000, that brings the total request for new funding to $983,000.
Okay.
Chairman, may I ask a clarifying question? Superintendent Williams, so looking at the top of this, so we're looking at what was approved originally at 400, and now is more than doubled that is what would be needed to complete those projects?
So yes, ma'am. The requested amounts are there. So if you look at district-wide fencing, I think the original was $157,920. District-wide lighting was $100,000. District-wide roofing was $125,000. The district-wide door and hardware was $100,000. So yes, basically asking for an additional $400,000 for those projects.
So that would be an additional 480 to 920, right?
No, that's an additional 400,000. An
Yeah.
additional 400,000.
And I will remind you, this is an additional amount that they don't have to spend. They just need approval so they don't go beyond the certain amounts. Hopefully, they're going to come back spending less than $882,000.
That's correct.
Okay, I also wanted to ask, I think at that meeting, we saw a need for a copier replacement, so is that included here, or will you ask for that separately?
So the copier replacements, I don't have that information with me. The copier replacements, let me see that. Thank you. So if I remember correctly, and please leadership team, correct me if I'm wrong, the copier replacement was utilizing funds that was already in place that we had not used. So the price of the district-wide copier replacement is $150,000, and there is money that's remaining in that copier line item. So we're not asking for additional funds. We're just utilizing the money that's already there to complete those copier replacement projects. So the money is there already. We just wanted the board to be aware that we were utilizing that money for the district-wide copier phase 2. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Zorn. Would you like to come up and address that, please?
Good evening, board members. What she's referring to is when we were first approved with phase 1, it was specific to, let's say, 4 locations. What we're trying to accomplish is the removal of that stipulation where we could only use it in those 4 locations. This way we can use it in other locations to be able to consolidate the brand and the copiers that we're using, and to also work on the district office copiers.
Any other discussion, any questions? Hearing none, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, does that then, do we want to change the action considered for the total amount plus the 210, or do we want that in separate motions?
I would have separate motions,
Yeah.
just to be clear.
They're different things, yes.
So if I can just ask a quick question. On the capital projects list that we have where we're asking for the additional increases, we do not have quotes that match those numbers. Is that correct?
So I do have Mr. Simpson on the line, and I'm going to, Mr. Simpson, can you hear?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right. Can you answer that question that Mr. Irwin just asked? Did you hear him?
No, can you repeat the question?
Can you repeat the question?
The amounts that we have that you are asking in addition to, do we have quotes on each of those items that represent those numbers that you're asking for?
We have quotes on some of them. We do not have quotes on all of them. That's why everything is listed district-wide. That way, whenever the funding is approved, we can just utilize the funding rather than coming back to the board like we did whenever we first started capital projects, asking for each individual project. So some of them, like district-wide fencing, district-wide painting, district-wide flooring, yes, we do already have some quotes for some projects. We're just waiting for the funding to come into place.
And the quotes that we have match those prices?
Yes, they do.
Okay. And then on the other things that we do not have quotes for, the board would basically be approving a blank check for those projects up to that amount.
Not to exceed.
I wouldn't consider it a blank check. If you remember, we introduced this process at the last capital projects meeting. That way we could, as the administration, move forward with getting projects done quicker and more efficiently rather than coming back to the board each individual time that we needed a project approved and done. This is why that document that was, I think, 10 or 15 pages that I presented you, showing you all of the district-wide projects that we've done using the new process. That's how all of these district-wide projects would work moving forward. So as the funding is spent out of those, you would be able to know what actually was spent and where it was allocated for based under each district-wide project.
Mr. Chair, may I ask a question?
Please.
Mr. Simpson, the lighting that has doubled, is that including the Performing Arts Center?
Ms. Williams, can you repeat that?
She said the lighting that is there, that's double, is that including the Performing Arts Center?
So that does not include the Performing Arts Center. If you remember at the last capital projects meeting, I asked the board to consider us using Mosley Architects to put out a bid for the Performing Arts Center, the Watt Stopper panels, and also the high school gym lighting. And the funding is already in place to do the design of it. We are just asking for the additional funds for that project. Now, granted, once it goes out to bid, it could come in lower than that amount, but we anticipate the funding available would cover those projects. And if it does not, we would have to come back to the board to ask for additional funds. But we anticipate it, based on the funding that we have available that we're asking for tonight, that it would cover the projects that we're looking to put out to bid.
So, to be clear, these projected, requested additional funds are, if I'm going to renovate my kitchen and I put aside $30,000 and get my wife to approve that, and hopefully I spend 22 rather than 30, but at least she's given me permission to spend 30. Is that what we're doing here? Getting permission just in case?
Did you hear that, Mr. Simpson?
No, I did not.
Okay, basically, he's asking, those numbers are just in case.
And hopefully they'll come in less.
All the do not exceeds for the district wides?
Right.
Yes, this is the funding that we are requesting is the funding the administration believes that we could utilize to get projects done in this fiscal school year. And then moving into the next fiscal school year, we would come back with, new requests. But the funding that we're asking for right now, we believe would adequately do the projects that we need to get completed for this year.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the request for the new fundings totaling $983,000, leaving a remaining balance of over $1 million for the 2005-2006 school year 8% bond funds.
Second. It has been moved and properly second that we accept this request for additional funding. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, if I may ask, for example, the playground that is listed at 150 and the cafeteria tables, is there a priority list for which schools, because I know we have great needs, so is there a priority list of how these funds are going to be utilized?
Is there a priority list for how the funds will be utilized, specifically with the district-wide playgrounds and the district-wide cafe tables?
Yes, district-wide cafe tables. The money is looking at priority number 1 is the middle school.
The middle school, right.
And then priority 2 would be our elementary schools, based on the previously approved structure of 6th grade going back. So the funding, I anticipated a little extra funding. That way we did not have to come back to ask for more if we need cafeteria tables to start the school year. And then what was the other question, Ms. Williams?
The district-wide playgrounds?
District-wide playgrounds, yes. That is to start at Cottageville. And then that will go based off the DSS inspections that we're currently underway right now with. Cottageville was first on the list to get their inspections, and there was some playground equipment that we need to address. As we go through the inspections, that money will get sort of divvied out based on what we currently need for each inspections for each of our elementary schools that have the DSS inspections.
I believe that's what he presented to us on the 2nd. Any other questions? Hearing none, it has been moved and properly second. All those in favor of accepting this additional funding request, please show the positive sign. 4. Those opposed? 3. It carries.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we accept the request by our IT department for the district-wide copier replacement that eliminates Phase 2 and proceeds with the second phase of that and continuation into this year's 2005-2006 school year capital budget.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second that we accept the proposal for the copiers. Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor? Unanimous consent.
Mr. Chairman, if I may ask Mr. Simpson, is he still with us, Ms. Williams? There was the recommendation of the PAC Watt Stopper Panels and High School Gym Lighting Project that I have checked as needing action for today. Does he need us to do anything with that?
Did you hear that question?
No, I didn't.
Can you restate?
Okay, it's item number 4 on this.
The Watt stopper panels for the PAC, does that need action for tonight?
No, it was, that the funding is already in place to put that project out to bid. It was just more of what we're looking to do. The board did approve, at least I think, I couldn't hear the vote, the additional funds that we were asking for the lighting. So we believe that would cover putting the project out to bid and the project getting complete. So I think we're good. We can go through with a formal vote if we would like. That way, the project it's on, a board approved that we're going out for it. But it would, to me, it's the same of doing like our fire alarm upgrades that we're doing right now. The funding was in place, but that was under the district-wide fire alarm improvement. It wasn't necessarily an individual, project, but I think, Ms. Williams, we could do whatever the board would like.
Ms. Strobel asked the question about district-wide lighting, and it was stated that this was not part of that. So if you need an RFP and you need, I guess I'm kind of confused because I want to make sure that the PAC has what it needs to proceed, Mr. Simpson. So just let us know, because it was my understanding that it was not part of the district-wide lighting.
As I recall, didn't we approve that before?
Yes.
It was discussed on this date, but it said that we were going to take action. That's my question.
Ms. Williams, I think what it's asking for I think if I'm understanding the question correctly, I believe what is being asked is, does the board need to make a recommendation for approval to move forward with using Mosley to putting the project out to bid? Granted, the funding is already in place, but I think it would be in the administration's best if the board actually did take action on that, now that I understand it a little bit better.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the forward, this is the Mosley design for architectural design for the PAC Watt stopper panels and high school gym lighting project to be presented to the board and action to proceed with this project.
Second. It has been moved and properly second that we move forward with this recommendation to have the Mosley Corporation architects do the work required for the PAC Center and the subsequent electrical sources within the high school. Any discussion?
To be clear, this is for Mosley to do the design for the project, which is the same thing that this board unfortunately just voted to approve with the batting facility, where we're voting to approve the design cost, not knowing how much it's going to cost and whether or not we're going to be able to afford the design that comes back to us, which goes right back to our first meeting tonight, where Superintendent Williams brought up the awnings from Hendersonville from 2009. So this board is approving a great deal of money just for designs that we don't know if we can afford the actual project when the design comes back.
If I may, Mr. Nixon, for further discussion, that is absolutely true. I think it's been warranted. The needs have been described. I could justify what assets this will provide our district. And so if a design is needed, I fully support the recommendation of our Buildings and Grounds and Administration on the design needs. I can't predict. And I do understand, to Mr. Irwin's point, that we have many capital projects needs, and those will be considered completely in next year's budget, but this would be for consideration in this year's budget, for which we have still $1 million to expense before July 1.
Any other discussion? I suppose I would say I don't know how one does a project without a design. So I think if we're going to do projects that are necessary, but we have to do them correctly. Other than that, any other discussion? Hearing none, we have a motion on the floor. Those in favor of accepting this moving forward with the vote on the design by the Mosley Company, those in favor, please raise your hand. 4, those opposed? 4-3, it passes. Moving on. Anything else? Ms. Weems there. Hearing nothing else, moving on to number 10. There are no board members in absentia, so now I will entertain a motion that we move into executive session.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we move into executive session for 3 topics: discussion of employment matters, student release and admittance, discussion and receipt of legal advice.
Second. It has been moved and properly second that we move into executive session to discuss those 3 mentioned. I'm sorry.
I apologize for interrupting. Did y'all vote on the copiers?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. It was unanimous.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I was distracted.
It has been moved and properly second that we move into executive session. All those in favor? We're in executive session. We're back in, do I have a motion that we can enter back into open session?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we move back into open session.
I second.
It's been moved and properly second that we move back into open session. All those in favor? Moving on.
Chairman Nixon, I make a motion that we accept the recommendations as presented by the superintendent to approve the employment contracts for the school year 2026-2027.
I'll second.
It has been moved and properly second that we accept the recommendation of the superintendent for the employment for the school year 26-27. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? 5. Those opposed? 2. It has been passed. Continuing.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to release the students from the district that was given to us tonight.
Second.
1 through 5.
It has been moved and properly second that we release those students who petitioned the school board, numbers 1 through 5. Any discussion? Hearing none. Those in favor? Unanimous consent. Do I have another motion?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we be adjourned.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we adjourn this meeting. Any discussion?
Remember, we do have a budget meeting next Tuesday, 5 p.m.
Any other discussion? Hearing none. Have a good evening. We are adjourned.
And I